Special counsel prosecutor Robert Mueller is reportedly ready to deliver core findings on the Russia probe after the midterms. Joining us now is Bill McGurn, Wall Street Journal columnist. I want to ask you first, because you work for the Journal and you have a high standard for what's news and who's the source. What do you think of these reports we hear about what Robert Mueller is doing? How much credibility do you give them?
Well, I think we don't know. We don't know the end. Look, the credit I'll give Mr. Mueller, I'm a big skeptic about special counsels, the idea of a special counsel. But I think that what he's doing is in marked contrast to what FBI Director James Comey did in the 2016 elections, inserting himself, making one statement, reversing it, then reversing it again. And I credit him for at least not doing that, not trying to be the big story in this election.
So you're saying that he is not Chatty Cathy, the FBI director,
well,
as Comey was?
Yeah, or some of Mr. Comey's team. I mean, Andrew McCabe is in trouble for that. And you look at these. You look at these other stories around the government, the person on the Senate staff that pled guilty to charges of leaking, and then I think another woman from, was it Treasury Department, that was arrested today. There are a lot of blabbermouths out there, and really putting out, you know, controversial material. So what do you think
are the odds that he's coming close to a conclusion? And you know, along the lines of what you just said, we're hearing that we're not going to hear about it until after the midterms because, unlike James Comey, he doesn't want to upset it. Do you think that that's a possibility, that's really coming to some sort of conclusion?
I think it's a possibility, and I think he owes it to the nation to come to a conclusion. I mean, I think it's outrageous for any president to have a special counsel sort of at his heels, nipping at him. It makes it very hard to run an administration to do this, and we haven't found any information in these 2 years that, to me, suggest President Trump was colluding with the Russians on the election. To the contrary, what we're finding about is all sorts of incredible activity by the Department of Justice and the FBI. We now have the head of Fusion taking the fifth. It's extra. We have the FISA warrant sort of discredited in many ways. It's an extraordinary chain. You know, a special counsel is supposed to be appointed to investigate a specific crime. And in this, it looks like the special counsel was assigned to find a crime, and I don't think he will find one.
Who do you think is going to end up getting fired after the election? I mean, that was another piece of this story, is the idea that Rod Rosenstein is on his way out. I don't know if I buy that. You know, you see him helping, you know, with the last Supreme Court justice. Also, in this same article, it says that Rod Rosenstein's pushing for this to come to an end soon as well. What do you think his fate is? I
don't know. I mean, it's a good question. It seems to be on and off. The president doesn't seem to have any issues with them right now. So who knows? Look, the other thing that needs to be said, these are very high-pressure jobs. And, you know, when I was in the White House, people changed every 2.5 years or something. So it's not unusual for people to leave or find something else to do.
There's only so long you can handle it if you're a human being. Bill McGurn, thank you. Always great.
Thank you, Melissa.